Late Night with the Devil is a new movie by Cameron and Colin Cairns. It is an IFC and Shudder release that I believe is playing close to everywhere right now, which I love to see. This one follows this 1970s talk show host. He's like a Alan Partridge, Carson Daly type of late night New York host. It's Halloween and he is doing a broadcast where he is bringing on this girl who claims that she was a part of some demon cult, basically, and she's like the last one left. She has like this guardian that knows all about her. Also, there's some other characters that are on here, and really everything on this broadcast goes wrong. It's definitely trapped in the 70s. It's playing a bunch of needle drops, and I'm just gonna be real with y'all. These modern 70s pastiche things that we're getting, like, I guess the only other one would be like the Holdovers, doesn't really quite work for me. Unfortunately, there are some cool things about Late Night with the Devil for sure, but as a whole, this really didn't come together for me. There's definitely some really cool effects going on in this movie. I really just didn't buy the whole 70s vibe at all. Just the look of this movie has just like this glossy look to it. And it's not that the sets look bad. The sets look very authentic, but just that gloss all over the lens, I think it looks bad. I don't know. It didn't feel vintage at all to me. Also, like the microphones or really just how these people talk on the movie. It does not take me back. It does not put me there. And it also doesn't really help. I don't really care about much of these characters at all. David Dastmalchian, if that is how you say his last name, I apologize. He's great. He's very good in this main role. This movie, it does have a heart to it. It does go some interesting places, especially near the end. But I will say for the first 45 minutes or so, I was just kind of counting the minutes down. Like, I had a general feel of how this was going to pan out. And well, for 80% of it, it did pan out that way. And is this movie scary? No, not at all. Is it like appreciative of horror and creative? Definitely. It's definitely a horror lover's movie. It's funny too. I didn't laugh at all, but especially like the final 5 minutes. I feel like all Shudder movies, some of them are crazy the whole way, and then some of them wait till the ending and hit you with a bunch of bricks. This one is one of those, I guess. But even still, when it got to that point, it still really wasn't enough for me. Also, controversial thing, as of today, it was outed that this movie uses AI images. One in particular, which I'll pull up on the screen. I would argue that this movie is using way more AI that we aren't being told. And how I feel about that, what is apparent as AI is some Joanne's Fabric looking Halloween decoration that somebody would have loved to have made for close to nothing. I ultimately just think none of this looks good. I know like Agrodrift used AI sprinkled all over, but it was less apparent and interesting on that one. On this movie, it looks bad. I guess like the filmmakers have claimed that they've used 3 different images in AI and was edited. Like I said, there's more. There's definitely more. Whether it be in the beginning with some of the like TV footage and stuff, or just the commercials, or the transitions that they do. Should that turn you away from the movie? I don't think so. I mean, there is an imagination at play here. There's a lot of cool practical effects too. But like I said before, I just don't care for the look of this movie. I don't really care for much of the characters on this movie. And yeah, I didn't hate it by any means. I liked a good amount of this. It has a great central performance. And for those who actually do like the whole fake 70s thing, this will be way more for you. But for me, I would be giving this movie a 5.8. So Late Night with the Devil is playing in theaters everywhere. It is released by IFC Films and Shudder.